Hi, this is Rick Dassler. I'm affiliated with Family Lender in Fairfax, Virginia. I'm your mortgage consultant for life. Now today, as a neighbor, I'm here with Meredith Maslick of Possibilities Consulting. She helps nonprofits raise more money. So I'm going to talk to her today about the things you can do to help you pick the charity. All right? So tell us, Meredith, you've come up with some guidelines to help me and anybody else that's watching this decide on how to choose the right charity, because there's so many charities out there. I don't even know where to put my money. My wife and I give quite a bit of money, part of our income, and we do that, and we give it to many different organizations, and we're always looking for a way to to add one or two. So what's some of the ways that we can get through and decide on which one?
That is a really good topic, and it's a very pertinent topic right now. There's been a lot of attention on how do you pick and what do charities do with your money when you get them. So the first thing that you want to do is think about what you're interested in. What is the cause you're interested in solving? Is it that you want to give money to disaster relief organizations? Do you want to give money to autism? What is it? What's important to you? What issue are you looking to be a part of the solution for?
All right.
So that's the first part.
Okay, so who? So what is the cause? What are they doing?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So then once you've done that, you want to investigate their transparency, their ethics, essentially, how they spend their money, what they do with their money that they get.
And so what does that mean when you say transparency? You say how they spend their money. What's a way that I can find out how they spend their money?
Right. Well, the main way is to go to GuideStar.com.
Okay, that's GuideStar. You've mentioned that to me before. It's GuideStar, GuideStar.com. Okay.
That's right. And they have the 990s for all organizations. All
and a 990
is the tax form they file with the IRS that says where they're spending their money.
So they better be truthful about that.
That's right. So, and from there you can generally tell what percentage of the money they bring in goes to the programs and what percentage goes to their overhead costs. And
so find out what. So what you do is you find out what their operating expenses are and how much of your dollar really goes to those in need. Okay.
Exactly, because the reality is there's always overhead expenses.
Sure.
You cannot expect an organization to put 100% of all the money they get to programs. So what you want to look at is what is the percentage of the dollar, and the number that you want to stay below, generally speaking, is 25%.
Oh, okay.
So you want to see an organization that spends 25% or less of each dollar they get on administrative costs and fundraising costs.
And what if it's 2% or 3%? Isn't that better?
Well, that can be, but that can be suspicious in my opinion.
Okay, all right.
And this is purely my opinion, but generally when it's that low, something is not quite right.
Not being disclosed?
Something's not being disclosed, or it's being categorized in a different way.
Okay.
They are not counting in-kind donations, for example. Perhaps their rent is a barter situation or a donation, and they're not counting that, and that's fine, and that number means that 2 or 3% is legitimate. But to me, it bears investigating just to be sure. You also want to find out how much they're paying. If it means they're not paying their staff very well. Not everybody cares about that. I personally do. I like to know that they are paying fair wages to their employees.
Sure. Not everybody is donating their time either.
Exactly.
Right. And there's full-timers as staffers. Sure.
Right. And if it is a 100% volunteer organization, that's fine. You want to look into that, and then you want to look at what their outcome rate is. What's their success with their programs? What are they using the money for, and how is that working out?
And this is what, point number 3?
Yes. Yes. Which only... I mean, you can look at that for everything, but it's most important if you're going to look at an organization with such a low number for overhead, and you want to determine why.
Gotcha.
If you care. If you want to find out why, those are some of the things to look at.
Excellent. And what's another parameter that we use to assess where to spend our charity dollars?
The other thing to consider, too, is what do you get for your donation? Do you simply get a good feeling, and that's fine? Do you get something tangible? For example, one of the best known is NPR's public radio.
Sure. I personally listen to public radio quite a bit.
Right. So for that, when they do their fund drive, a lot of times you'll get a T-shirt or a tote bag or an umbrella or whatever it is. And that's fine. A lot of people like that. And that will affect the amount of your donation that is tax deductible, because you have to deduct out the value of the item from the total donation that you gave for your own tax purposes. But they should tell you that when they give you your receipt for the donation. So some people, that's why they give. They want the T-shirt, they want the tote bag, and that's fabulous. If that's not what you want, if you prefer that they not be spending money on buying these T-shirts and tote bags, then that's something to consider. If you want recognition, if you're doing it because you want to see a name on their donor wall or because you want to be in their program, that's great.
That's why I do it.
Yeah, I know you do. So that's fine. If you're not concerned about that, then that's fine. But it's one of those things that's nice to know ahead of time, versus giving the money and then feeling slighted or just feeling disappointed at what the outcome is on that. So, and if you have any questions, if there's anything that is unclear, then I recommend you just call the nonprofit and ask them. And they should be very forthcoming.
You know, that's great advice. And so again, we've been discussing, you know, what are some of the things that you can do to check out to see if this is the kind of charity organization that you want to spend your hard-earned money or send your hard-earned money to. So, Meredith, tell us how we can get in touch with you if we want to find out, you know, more about this or ask you questions directly.
Well, there's always email.
Right. What is that?
mmaslich, which is MMASLICH @possibilitiesconsulting.com, or you can always call, which is 703-938-1246.
Great. Well, thank you very much. And that information is also on the blog site for which this video is being viewed. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks, because I'm going to share with Ms. Maslick. We're going to talk more about what she does and some of her passions.